Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel again. This is Cloud Institution, and so today in this video again we are going to see another very interesting and very important interview question, which is on VPC. And the question is, what is default VPC in AWS? Okay, so we all know what is VPC. Okay, so but most of the people don't know, like, so what is default VPC is all about. Okay, so what is default VPC? So why do we need default VPC in our infrastructure? So we'll see about what is default VPC. Okay, so the default VPC is created for each AWS account in each region. Okay, it's ready to use and include default subnets and route tables and security groups, security group rules. So what is default VPC is that, so whenever you're creating an account, AWS account, and so whenever you're creating, if you want to create any kind of any EC2 instances, you don't need to create you don't need to create a VPC again, so you can use the default VPC. So AWS will be creating one VPC for you to be able to kick in your infrastructure immediately. Okay, so that's the default VPC that has been created, because VPC is not that very easy concept to create, and because VPC is involved, so VPC, and we need to create the subnets, and we need to attach the internet gateways to that, and then we need to create a route table associated with that. So there are a lot of complications, so if any newbie who is very new to AWS, who is coming in and he want to practice, and he wanted to create EC2 instances, if there is no VPCs available, it's very difficult for them to be able to create a entire networking infrastructure, and then and then to be able to create a EC2 instance, right? So that is the difficulty anybody can face. So the interview may ask you that, so why is AWS is creating a default VPC at all? Okay, so this is the answer, right? So default VPC is available for you to start infrastructure immediately. Okay, or if you want to practice about EC2 instances, and you have to be, so you have to start it and you have to create it immediately without being dependent on the network infrastructure. Okay, so that is the reason why the default VPC is been creating. Okay, so we can see, we can go back and see our AWS infrastructure, and as you can see here, I'm in Frankfurt, Frankfurt region, and we can go to the VPC. Okay, your VPCs, and we have one VPC is already been created, right? So this is the default VPC is been created, right? So this is the, so as you can see here, tenancy is the default one. Okay, so this is the default VPC that has been created for each and every regions. Okay, for example, let's say for example I'm going to Ireland as well. Okay, you can see, so I'm going to switch to the different regions, and you can also see the same, the same default VPC will be available in the region as well. Okay, so likewise, if you can go any regions, okay, so if you go to any regions, you must be seeing one default VPC will be created for you. Okay, so I already mentioned you the reason. So the reason is, so anybody who wanted to create the infrastructure, they don't want to rely on creating the VPCs and route tables and internet gateways, subnets, and all these things, so they don't want to depend on all these things. So that is the reason why AWS itself will be creating a default VPC in each region. Okay, so that's the answer. That's the answer for you. Okay, if you go for interview, and if anybody asking you for a default VPC, and you should be able to answer this particular question. Okay, so hope you understand this video, and hope this video is really helpful for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for rest of the videos.